Yeah. Can you please close the mask? Put the mask on. Also, yes. David, please. Mask. Thank you. Sorry. So, Daniil, was it any different playing as the #1 player in the world for the first time in your career?
It was nice, I got a nice reaction from the crowd. Actually, much more people than last October. I think, it's everybody is more used to having Indian Wells during March. Liked the way I played, tried to fight for every ball because sometimes first matches can be really tough. So happy with everything how it went today.
Hey, Daniil, Chris Cleary, New York Times. Just curious if you could talk about the things that have meant the most to you since you got the ranking. And just being out there today, they kept saying, here's the world #1, here's the world #1. You kept hearing it repeated. Does it seem totally real to you now and experience?
It does. I'm even interested how did it feel for other guys, because probably everybody will have different emotions because everybody is different. But for me, it's like, it's a great feeling. It's something I have always dreamed of, something I was going for. But at the same time, I just, I wanna play better. I wanna try to win more. For example, talking about Australian Open, for sure wanted to win it. Was really close, didn't manage to do it. So I'm like thinking, okay, if I have one more chance like this, I should be better. I should be stronger. And the more tournaments you win, the more points you gain, the more chances you have to stay at this #1 spot for more weeks, more time. And that's what matters for me the most. I usually try not to think too much about the past and more about the future and the present. So that's why sometimes I think it can be maybe not that good even to try to realize what you've done. So yeah, I'm trying to focus that I'm happy about it, but also trying to continue working and playing good, for example, here in Indian Wells.
Daniil, Russell Fuller from the BBC. So how much do you think about the ranking points that are available here and the fact that, I don't know whether you know this or not, but you have to reach the quarterfinals to stay as #1?
Yeah, I knew it. I heard it one time, now the second time. I don't think it's extra pressure because I'm going to have, some tough guys before quarters, or if I reach quarters after this. I don't have anything more to say than, well, I have to beat them to try to stay at the #1 spot. Otherwise, I'm going to lose it. And same, if I'm going to lose it because I'm going to either play a bad match or my opponent is going to play an amazing one, well, there is the next tournament in Miami where I'm going to try, to get the 1,000 points, which is the maximum. So that's, I think, why everybody loves and hates tennis, because you can... as we see, for example, with Tanati, you can lose everything quite fast, get injured, play some tournaments bad, lose your ranking, maybe not get into some tournaments. Then you win at 250 in your hometown and life is good again. And that's how tennis is. Every week is a new story. So right now it's Indian Wells week and I wanna make it a good story.
Bill Simons, Inside Tennis. You've had this incredible rise. What do you think your single greatest strength is? And you said you want to work on things to get better. What's the prime thing you want to work on?
Want to improve in everything, but if we try, to pick one thing, I think that's what, if we're talking about really being much better, that's always the mental part. I feel like I can always, be better, maybe learn from some of the greats because, well, many of them were better than me mentally, many things. But that's also the part of success, because comparing to even 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I'm much better right now in focusing on the match, in just trying to win the match, because that's the most important. And if we talk about my tennis, I think, my greatest strength is consistency. And that's, I think in tennis is really important. You can hit a lot of winners, you can play really aggressive, but if you make one winner, one unforced errors, probably you're going to lose the match. You will have to make like 3 winners and 1 unforced error or something like this. So yeah, I think I'm pretty good at keeping the ball in play.
Great.
Daniil, Craig, Gabriel, as far as this #1 aspect is concerned, do you think about you can't really do anything about it. It's been a case of been there, done that, and now it's just a matter of get the results and the ranking takes care of itself.
Yeah, I always thought this way. You know, no matter which ranking you have, every year is a new year where you start in a way from zero. Of course, it depends because sometimes you can lose some points, win some points, and that's where maybe you can become number 3, 2, 1, depending the moment of the year. But at the end of the year, after Turin, everybody gonna have the amount of points they want during the year. And of course, sometimes for top 10 guys, it's easier. They're gonna have maybe a little bit more open draw. If you're not seeded, you may play Rafa second round or somebody as strong. But again, if you're consistent, if you have good results, for example, I like the Ruud and Nori last year. You know, they started the year not top 10, but from the beginning of the year, they were doing some results. They didn't win a Grand Slam or something, but Nori managed to win a Masters 1000. Ruud was playing great on clay, got a lot of titles, and they got to top 10 eventually. And I think, that shows that everybody can do it, but you have to show good results and be consistent.
Last one, Chris.
Daniil, I asked this question respectfully. I just bring it up because a couple of Ukrainian players are talking about just they feel like really isn't maybe fair that the Russians are able to play. I won't keep asking this question, but I did think it would be important to ask you today. What is, I presume you disagree, and what is from your perspective, your argument for why it's right for you all to be here at this point?
First of all, it's definitely not for me to decide. You know, I follow the rules. I cannot do anything else. Right now, the rule is that we can under a neutral flag. And I want to play my favorite sport. As soon as I have, until I have the chance to do it, I'm gonna be there to try to play for the fans, play for other people, for myself also, of course. And also, I think tennis is a very individual sport. So far, what we are seeing were more national teams or some team sports. So till I have the chance, I'm gonna play. But let's see how the situation evolves.
Thank you.
Thanks.